Hey guys, today I thought I would show you what it's like in Athens in February. I've done a few of these of what I show what it's like around Greece during different times of the year. So I thought I'd show you what it's like in February because I know a lot of people don't want to come in the summer because they don't like the heat. I will say that it can be cold here in February. It has snowed in February. Just last weekend it rained, and some days I thought we were going to get snow. I could see little flakes coming down. But now it's really nice. It's like 63 degrees Fahrenheit and sunny, very sunny as you can see. So it actually feels a little bit warmer than that. So this is a good time of year to come if you don't like heat, but you don't know if you're going to get cold. Now it is chilly at night though. It is a Sunday here in Greece. So a lot of people are out doing things because it is so nice and it's a day off. You see all these cars. Normally when I walk up here, there aren't all these cars. But I noticed a big event happening in the archaeological site that I just walked by. And there's a church there as well, so it could be related to that. Good morning, guys. It's now Wednesday. I had to think there for a minute. It's been unusually warm this February. Yesterday it was 70 degrees Fahrenheit. Today it's like 64 and it's super sunny, but in the shade it's chilly because there's kind of a breeze. So I have on a leather jacket despite the fact that it is quite warm because for some reason I don't think that I am still used to being cold despite the 6 weeks in the US of it being very chilly. Now, this is unusual. I think I've said this before, but February being this warm is unusual, but this whole winter has been like unusually warm. And we've had snow in February. In fact, I'm going to put a link in the description box of when we had snow in February. And it's beautiful, but at that time it closed the city down for like 5 days. So I'm down here at the Acropolis entrance near the museum. And I'm going to go see what the line looks like for this and then for the museum. Because of the warm weather, lots of people out walking around, and you can hear that there's someone singing. So over here, there's absolutely no line. I did see a few people as I walked by going in, but like you don't have to wait at all. You know, sometimes February is fickle, and you might get this or you might get snow. The days that it snowed, I think they ended up closing most of the archaeological sites, which really stinks if you're here and that was your only opportunity to be here. But again, you just never know. So there is a small line, but it might just be to get in through the security, but there are a few people waiting to get in, to go. So, you know, but it's still nothing like the summer lines that can be really long, which means inside is really nice and not crowded at all. Now I'm going to walk through Plaka a little bit and see what it's like. It's pretty lively for a February day in the middle of the day, but you know, the sun, anytime the sun is shining here, I've decided that people are out. If it's not, then they get don't want to stay at home. I'm not seeing a lot of tourists. I saw one and I knew she was a tourist because she was wearing shorts. It took some time, but I finally took off my jacket because I got too warm. Now, that's because the sun is like beating down on me. I'm sure that I'm going to be in the shade here in a little bit and I'll probably get cool again, but that's okay. It's just the nature of being here at this time of year. You wear a jacket, you take it on, you take it off. Well, Ermou is hopping. Lots of people out, a few tourists, but a lot of locals as well. And kind of surprising actually for a Wednesday afternoon that it would be this busy. So again, I think it's the weather, but it's nice. I actually do have a purpose down here. I have to do some shopping. So it's a good time for me to come down and do this. It looks like the Christmas decorations are still up some of the way down, and it's February. Here's Syntagma Square. You know, ever since they made the change to the buses and stuff and made this wider, taxis tend to not stop here as much, like blocking the intersection. They park up there, but it felt like before they like blocked this whole intersection. Maybe I'm wrong. and I'm not remembering correctly, but anyway, it's so much better now. Okay, I'm gonna attempt to take the bus home today because I bought a bunch of stuff. My bag is really heavy, so I don't really want to take the metro today. So let's see when the bus is coming. It is now the next Saturday, and it's finally overcast. It is not as sunny as it has been. That white that you're seeing in the camera isn't blowout from the sun. It's actually cloudy. So it's not any cooler though. It's still really nice outside, but it is definitely cloudy today. Good morning, guys. So unfortunately, my friend was not feeling well, so we are not going to Neptune today, which is probably a good thing because it is trying to rain all night long. I could hear the wind blowing my awning up and down, and the cars are wet with raindrops. It's not rained a lot, it's just sort of sprinkled so far, but they're saying it might get worse. So wouldn't be too fun to walk around in Neptune with rain. So I'm just gonna go grab some breakfast myself since I was sort of up and ready to go this morning. And it's gotten cooler. Like, I don't think it's actually gotten cooler. Like, the temperature seems to be very similar, but it feels cooler because the wind is bringing that cool feeling and that damp feeling. So I am wearing a jacket today, which I haven't done in like almost 2 weeks. To Little Tree Books and to get a little bit of breakfast. Here's my coffee. I am currently reading this fabulous short story book. And here is my lovely tart. He says it has mushrooms and bacon, so it's really good. What I liked, though, is that he asked me if I wanted to have meat or no meat. So obviously it's got egg, but if you were okay with eating eggs and vegetarian, this is a great option. I was going to walk around to the front of the Acropolis to see if there were people waiting to get in or how long the line was. And as I was walking by, this is the back side of the Acropolis Museum, and there's a line to get in. I don't know if you can see that. Let's see. I mean, it's not very long, but it's way longer than I've seen it in a while. It is a Sunday, though, so that could have something to do with it. It's the weekend, and while the weather isn't amazing, it's definitely not too bad if you're going to just go into the museum. Way more of a line than I've seen before. I mean, recently, but probably take you less than 5 minutes to get your ticket and then go inside at this time. So, and it's nice, like, because it's not super sunny and it's kind of cloudy, it's not going to be as hot up there than it normally would be. So one good thing about coming in the off season is obviously lesser lines, but it's not hot. Because the weather is so nice, I think I'm going to do something that I haven't done in a while. I'm going to walk the pedestrian street, and something that I've wanted to do for a really long time is walk all the way to my house over the hill, because earlier in the video I showed you the backside of sort of an archaeological site, and that's near my house, and that's on the other side of Philippapu, which is basically opposite of here. And you can walk from here to the other side, and I kind of thought it's such a nice day, and since I didn't go to Napoleo, I can walk it. And yeah, I know there's potential for rain, but I have an umbrella, I have a plastic bag for the camera, so let's do it. I have reached the path point at which I either need to go right or left. And if you were going to go to Theseo, you would go right where that bus is. But if you're going to go over to Kukaki, over the hill, you're going to go straight. Let's hope I don't get run over by this car. Today feels like spring, not the middle of winter. You know, with a cool breeze and it being slightly overcast, and it's still maybe going to rain. Those clouds ahead of me look pretty dark, but I don't think it's going to rain, like pour down. And there are lots of people out walking Lots of tourists though, way more than I expected. There were like 3 of those big blue tourist buses picking up people when I was waiting to take a photo. There are lots of ruins in here. They're not like big ruins, but if you wanted to come through and see some things, there are definitely things, and there are signs. So this is the sign, and I believe it's this wall here. Yes. Sometimes it's hard to tell because there's so much to look at and you're like, which ruin am I seeing? And across from here is this really beautiful little church, the Church of Agios Demetrios, and another name that I can't say. But it's really beautiful. Okay, this is another point in which I have to turn. If you keep going straight, you'll just kind of see some more archaeological ruins as well. But if you go right, you'll end up going down the old road that takes you out to the other side of the hill, which is where I was at the beginning of the video the other day when it was really sunny. I'm not really wearing the best shoes for this because it is like rocky. I have boots on, but they've got some traction, so let's hope it's okay. You know you're on the right way when you see these stairs over here. So, and this really isn't taking me long at all. I really thought it was going to take like quite a bit of time, but I think it's only taking me like 10 minutes to get over here. Granted, I've stopped a lot to film and take pictures, so it always takes me a little bit longer because of filming and stuff. But this is what I'm talking about. Look how beautiful that is. So this is actually an ancient road that goes all the way down. Oh, this was a great day to do this though. Except for that wind. It's really nice. Actually, the wind isn't bad. It's refreshing. It's not like super cold. It's just cool enough to feel nice. I've been down here early in the mornings and people are out here walking their dogs. And I think it's a pretty regular spot for a lot of people who live in Kukaki and Philippapu, especially on this backside. It's kind of like a natural park. It looks like at one time there was a gate to get in here and that you had to pay to get in, but it's never been in use when I've been here, and the fence is down. So, and it's down on both ends. It's down on the end where we're gonna go out, and where I came in, there's no longer, the booths are still there, the ticket booths, but there's nobody asking for tickets, and it says on the sign, free entrance. Look how green it is. So pretty today, despite the clouds. People are out here having a birthday party, it looks like. I mean, who can say they grew up having their birthday party in an archaeological ruin? It's great. So I was reading a sign back there that this used to be the ancient road from Athens to Piraeus. So that's really interesting. And they think that there were buildings along here and there was probably like some fortified walls. And as you walk through, you can see like cuts in the rock of where those things might have existed. Here's that ticket booth I was talking about that used to be here. And you can see there's a gate, but then it's gone. So I don't know when that changed. It hasn't been while I've been here. So lots of people arriving for this birthday party with chairs. And I just saw someone with a piñata. I think we are finally going to get some rain. The last couple of days it's been really windy. And they kept saying it was going to rain, and then it never did, really. But the clouds are really kind of dark. I thought it was actually smoke when I first saw it. And I was just looking at the Syntagma webcam, and they've already got rain. The ground looks wet there, so I don't know if I'm going to get it, but some parts of the city have definitely got the rain. We have rain. Not a lot, though. Just a light shower, maybe. I don't think it's going to last for very long, though. It wasn't even predicted to happen today. I thought I would come down to Syntagma at night, show you what it's like. I am on my way to a dinner. I thought I was going to walk around a little bit, like down Ermou, but it's raining. And my new camera is not waterproof like my old camera, so this may be all you get. It's really light. It's like super sprinkly, but it has been raining for like 24 hours. Last night I woke up at like 4 a.m. and I could hear it. It was so loud, I think it woke me up. and it sounded like rushing air, like air conditioning rushing air. It was really strange. And it's not super busy, but probably pretty normal. It's a Thursday night, so pretty normal. Everybody's leaving, going home from work, most likely. Sometimes I think the traffic is just bad in the summer, but no. I am frequently reminded when I go out at rush hour that it is bad all the time here in Athens. I think it goes without saying that if you're here out and about at rush hour and you're trying to get a taxi, that it might be difficult. And that goes for the morning as well. And rush hour is a little bit later here in the morning. It's like 8 o'clock, not 7 o'clock, because, 8 to 9, because Greeks start work a little bit later usually. And it is 7 o'clock, if that gives you an idea of what time it is and what rush hour is at night. And it's like this all the time. Like, this is standard. It's not just because it's the winter. 2 days later, I went to the airport and was really surprised at how the airport wasn't very busy even for February, which of course made getting through security very easy. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.